All right, we're gonna start clips for the next vlog. So I just came down. It's 12:30, and I guess got 2 orders in. Nothing too crazy. This one's just 3 lots. I got Wizard, the Wizard from Series 12. One of the owls from, I think, one of the Harry Potter sets I ported out, I believe. Or this might be a Disney one, I'm not sure. And then a parrot. So $28 order. I have a bunch of these, like, not even opened. I know because I felt through them all. This container fell. I gotta clean that up. These are pretty much all Wizards. I felt through them all. A lot of them are Wizards. And that's like a $20 figure. So I don't want to open and add them all in at once. I've parted some out and sold some. So I know it is a popular figure. I mean, for 16 bucks, I think it's the most expensive minifigure out of Series 12, so it's nice that I bought like 100 of those, and a majority of them are the most expensive figure. It's just they're probably not going to sell that often due to their price. And let's check this other order. So that one, it's not packed, but it's going to be in a minute. It's a $133 order, and I think it's all Star Wars figures. Yeah, 15 figures, 15 lots. It's all Star Wars figures. And I think they're all in SW or USM, so this should be a pretty quick pull. Get this one packed and then pull this minifigure. Another thing I should mention while I'm packing this order is I had an order the other day for a Saw Gerrera, and I didn't notice that I didn't have the cloak with any of these, or the little cloth piece that goes with it. And I bought these a while ago on Bricklink, specifically just missing the figures. The guy was selling it, the set, and just Saw Gerrera. He took out the other 3 figures. I think it's Anakin, Qui-Gon, and Maul. And with that set, the little Qui-Gon cloak also comes in the little cardboard box. I think they come in the same one. So I don't think the guy realized that this minifigure cloak he had to take out of that cardboard box. I never even noticed it because I actually bought this set and parted it out before I ever owned the set. Like, I hadn't built it, so I didn't know he came with that cloak piece. You couldn't really tell by the image that it was in there. Guy messaged me, said, hey, it's missing the cloak. So, yeah, I'm going to send a refund just for the full figure. I took these out of my inventory, and I just need to work on fixing mistakes. I know it's not that big of a deal. Like, the customers are understanding. They get their refund. It doesn't matter. But I would just prefer not having it to begin with. So, yeah, I've had issues with, I don't know. I just have to find a way to fix issues. You know, I could just do a full-out audit. That's going to take the longest amount of time, but that also probably will eliminate a lot of the problems. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to do an audit coming up here soon. I might have to close my store and just go through and audit everything just so there's not a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of mistakes in my used section, and I just need to clean all this up. It's just a mess. I kind of dropped it here when I moved in and haven't done anything with it. This is full of minifigures and random parts. That's full of minifigures and random parts. That's full of minifigures and random parts. That's got polybags, used sets, and that's full of minifigures. And I have drawers of minifigures that have spilled. I just need to clean everything up. It's just a mess. So yeah, an audit is probably in order next time. All right, so I'm in the middle of putting away this Polyjuice potion mistake. I had 3 of these. Got these a while ago. I think this is like a 2021 or 2022 set. 2021, okay. So I actually just cleaned up a ton down here. This was a complete mess. I tried to clean this up the best I could. I don't even know the best way to explain it. Basically, I just had like bins of minifigures and stuff set up, located to, I guess I'll show all the stuff I got rid of. So I had stuff located. This was damaged, so I got rid of that. There was stuff located in this bin. I had this bin stuff located to. I had stuff located to this tray. And then I also had stuff located in one of these cardboard boxes. So I just allocated everything to drawers. I went and found drawer locations that worked. I put some, oh, and I got 4 more bins. I put some in here, I think. Yeah. So some of the Harry Potter went in there. I thought I added, oh yeah, all of the shark guys that I have. I opened some of them and then I just felt the rest. This was a while ago. I just kept them in the packages. I put all those in there. And then I just went around finding spots for the minifigures that they would fit. Like just, actually that's not, here I think is one, yeah. Like there's some sprites from Eternals, just minifigures I had located just, you know, BRX and T001, C001. I just allocated that all to drawers. If there was anything used, I filled up some of these used drawers. Like I had minifigures, just spread out everywhere. Filled these up the best I could. Got all my, there's not really a really good light right here. So let me see, can I get this light to turn on? Give it a little bit better of a look. I forgot this light's right here. That actually doesn't help. There's not a lot of light over here. Maybe if I turn on this one. That's a little bit more light. So this top bin is just like mixed stuff. Not these. These actually are in my inventory. Like I still have a bin like this eBay lot, but there's not much left in there. When that sells out, I'll get rid of the bin. But this is just assorted stuff, like accessories, arms. I have like almost three bins of Star Wars stuff just to go through. So this is not in my inventory. This is just sorted stuff that needs to be sorted through. I'll do used at one point. And then I had 2 bins of just mixed minifigures that I have to sort through. I just dumped them all in here. So this is all full. I was thinking about selling. I know this guy's worth a lot, but he's cracked. I kind of want to sell him on eBay and see if someone would buy him. I think he's cracked on both sides. Let me see. Yeah, I think he's got cracks on both sides. But yeah, there's just a bunch of minifigures to go through in here. I don't know how much of this is damaged and what's missing stuff. There's a Boba Fett. I think he needs a pauldron. But yeah, my aunt built one of these. It was just laying on the table, so she built it. Yeah, so that has to get sorted through at one point, but that's allocated to one spot. These are 2 sets I need to rebuild in my personal collection. These are 2 sets I bought and I just don't want anymore. So I think I'm gonna give this to my buddy for his birthday. And then this Indiana Jones one, I might keep it and display it. I'm not quite sure on that one. Yeah, and everything else is just sorted. Oh, and I got 4 more of these. So I went to Lowe's and I just labeled the very top drawer 5537. But besides that, I don't have anything else labeled. And I'm working on this poly juice potion mistake set. So I'm putting this one away. That's nice because I get 36 more big drawers, so I can go around. I don't think I have, actually, no, now that I say that, there's a lot of, well, some of these are just open. They need to be closed. But there's a good amount of overflowing drawers. And there was also something I noticed with like my collectible minifigures. There's specifically a drawer that's overflowing that I'm gonna have to worry about from the Space series. With a lot of the collectible minifigure series is I would have like some located to this drawer. Like there was let me see if I can find it. Like the Dungeons and Dragons. So this, actually, why is this here? I put these all in one drawer. Where did they go? Hold on. It was like $32.97. Where did these go? These had 2 locations, and I was confused. All right, here. So, like, they were located in that drawer, and they were also located here. They had 2 locations when they didn't need to be. So I changed the inventory spot from there to there, so now theirs are all there. And they were like that, like, everywhere. There was probably at least 9 or 10 minifigures that had 2 locations. They were in one drawer and another one. So I put them all in one, and that freed up some big drawers, so that helps. Yeah, that's my update right now. Oh, and I have a box of Lego sitting outside I need to go get. The only stuff that I got in the other day was these. I got 6 of these Buggy the Clowns. I need to part those out. The part out pile is going down though, but I don't think, besides this Brickhead, I don't think I have more than like 4 copies of a set. Do I have 4 of these Speed Champions? Okay, I have 5 of these. I don't know why there's a plate sitting on top of that. 5 of these. I might do that one next just because it's the highest quantity. And then after that, everything's less than 3. 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1 of those, 3 Captain Rex, 3 of the Ninjago, 2 of the Batman, 3 of these, 2 of those, 3 of the Dreams, 3 of those, 2 of those. Actually, that one's over there. There's 4 of these. 4 of the Classic, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I might do this Classic set because that's going to add a bunch of good parts, generic, easy pieces that sell. 2 of those Crystal Kings. Hopefully those figures sell for a good amount. I don't know. That's an old set. How old's that Ninjago set? 2022. So it's like a 3-4-year-old set. Yeah, it's like a 6-minute clip. But oh, and then I got creator sets down there. I think the Butthole Tiger is the only one left, so I just got to part out that one. I'm gonna have some assorted in here that are new, like one-offs. I got 2 of that Avatar, 2 of those dots. I think I have 4 of that Friend set, which I've already parted that one out before. 1 of the Despicable Me, 1 of that Dots, 1 of that Wakanda Forever, 1 of that Bowser ship, 1 of that Dots. So just kind of one-off ones, but I'll slowly get through all this.
I didn't like need new drawers. I just wanted to get some to extend this wall, and that's why I cleaned all this up over here, is to make it easier to access. I kind of want to get rid of this table, get a new one, so everything's accessible from one side, and this is going to get blocked off at some point. So I might need to sort through the bin, like this bin at some point, B001, and start relocating some of this stuff. But yeah, for now, that's my update. So I went and grabbed the package that I totally forgot was sitting outside. These are on Walmart.com for, I think, like 15 bucks, 661 pieces. You can't say no to that. It's got these 3 sets in it: the love bears, the heart ornament, and the roses. So this will probably be next up on the part out docket. And then another thing that's super nice is, I guess I didn't record this either, is I got a printer and a scale. I should have gotten the one that's flat, like the box, the flat stack, so they just fold out. I finally got this calibrated because it was like printing in the middle of one sheet and then onto the next. So as long as they pay through PayPal, I can print out a label and pay for it, and it's way cheaper than going through the post office, which I made a post on Reddit a while ago, and people were like, don't tell me that you pay through the post office. That's like highway robbery. I think like a small envelope like this, I think this is a 4x6. It's like $8 to ship out. And I'm shipping out, now that the label is so big, like it would have to go across the entire package. I don't know if that's okay or not. So I'm using the bigger envelopes for now. The bigger envelopes are still cheaper than to ship out than a small one. So this one through this one is a 8.5 by 12. This is it's $5 to ship out one of these through PayPal. I don't know what these would be, probably like $2 or $1 or something, just because they're not it's based on weight and size. And since most of my packages in the small envelopes almost weigh like less than a pound, it's only a couple dollars. So yeah, I got a scale in, I got a printer in, and I just got to clean up a couple messes that I made and keep parting out this set. All right, so I just got that big overseas package in, and this is what we got. So I got 2 of the Series Spider-Man and then 2 of the Series 28. I just got 2 boxes of each. After the tariffs and the shipping, hopefully I can turn these around and make a good profit, because I think it was like, I think these were like 78 a box. So 78 times 4, let's just say like 300. And then after the tariffs and the shipping, I think it was like 380 or 390, almost 400. So realistically, 400 for 36 times 4, 150 figures. It ends up being, $4 a box. Like, $4 for an individual. When before that, it probably would have been about $2.50 or $3. So hopefully I can turn these around, make a big profit, or a good profit. I'm going to start with the Spider-Man series first, because that's the oldest one. I did pull them up into a file here, and what I did is I added one complete series, parted it out just as the complete figures, and then I parted out the entire lineup, just the minifigures on their own, parts, accessories, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to go that route and see how this goes, and just start parting these out. So I got through the first box of 36 of the Spider-Verse, and this first part out is going to be $215. So I got, for the complete sets, I got 3 Miles, 3 of the Peter B. Parker, 2 of the Web Slinger or Cowboy Spider-Man, 3 of the Werewolf, 3 of Spider-Punk, 3 of Prowler, 2 Gwen Stacy's, 2 of O'Hara, 2 of Spider-Man India, 2 of Cyborg, 2 of the Charlotte Weber or Sun Spider, and then 2 of Spider-Bite. I only got 7 other ones that I parted out individually, which I parted out the horse. I parted out 1 of him. I parted out 1 of Spider-Gwen. I parted out 1 of O'Hara, 1 of Spider-Man India, and then I think that was it. Oh, Sun Spider and Spider-Bite. So I parted out those as well, 1 of each. So just the ones I had enough duplicates of that I didn't want to do more of, because I know Spider-Bite's less popular. The first 4 packs I opened was actually 4 Spider-Bites.
So I completed 2 and then I parted 2 out. I didn't do just individual figures on their own, like you can do minifigure only. But I've noticed with the last series that I've done, they don't sell well, if at all. I think the only one that I sold of was the cat lover, the guy that's got like the cat fur all over his shirt. I did just those figures and someone bought those. But most of the time, the individual parts from the figures and the complete sets are what sell. So $215 for the first part out isn't bad. Get all these parts added to my store. And then I'm probably just going to do one of each. So I'm going to do one part out of those and then one part out of the animal series. And then I'll probably keep the rest for later just because I don't want to do that much at once. And then when I do part them out again, if the parts don't sell, they're already going to have locations. So it's going to make the part out the second time around a lot quicker. So I get this $215. All right, I forgot to post a video or record a clip for the box of 36 of these I did. I did find the one that I was missing from my personal collection. But I parted them out. It was like $224, I want to say, for the part out of the box of the Series 28. I think I pretty much got around 3 of each. And anything after that, I did duplicates of. So I think I only got, basically I got 3 of each. And then I think I got like 1 or 2 duplicates of each one. But I started, where are those at? I did stuff like this. So obviously sometimes you don't want all the same parts in one, but they're all different. You can tell which one's which. One of these has heads in it, that one. So like one's like that. I just did one off. There's the plates. The plates for the Spider-Man ones were up here somewhere. Where did those plates go? All right, here. There's the Spider-Man torso plates, or the torso plates. And then just some random parts of each minifigure ended up in some of these drawers. So can't clear my throat, jeez. So I'm doing the part out for jeez, this Love Bear. I just finished this one. $198 is really good because I think that's already more than I paid for all of these, like easily. I think these were like 15 bucks a piece. So 15 times 6 is 90. I'm already parting out double the cost of all of them in the first set. So if that continues, this will be like a 6 times part out, which is really good. So 103 lots, 1,900 items, $189. Nothing too crazy. Make sure everything has a location. Looks like it. So we are good to export this one. And then I think I'm gonna do the wreath one next. I always close out of that first tab just to make sure. I think it automatically updates anyway, but I just do it just in case. So, okay, apparently it's $209. I don't know why I said $198. Okay, so I'm gonna do this wreath one. That's weird, $189, but on the other one it's more. Okay, let's see if I can find the set wreath. I don't think so. I'm gonna have to find this one. I don't know the name of it. So I'll find this one and start. Alrighty, so I haven't recorded a video in, I think the 13th was the last day I recorded. So a week and a half about. But I've got an idea for an expansion. Well, I guess not an idea. I've already purchased what I want. So what my plan is I moved that little Duplo drawer just under there for now. I don't sell Duplo that often. And then there's a used set down there I need to pull out. So this is what I'm gonna be doing. I bought one more of these containers. I'm gonna label the top one eBay, the top drawer and the new one that's coming, one more of these. The top one's gonna be eBay, just like the rest of these. And then the bottom 3 are gonna be Polybag 9, 10, and 11. And then I bought 6 of a smaller container that I don't think I have. I guess I'll show you an example. They're bigger than the ones I have over here. Actually, I guess they're like these, but bigger. So they're thicker this way and longer. So I bought 9 of them, 6 of them, 6. I did the math, I measured everything. I'm gonna get a piece of plywood, cut it tomorrow for work. Cut at work tomorrow, English. And it's gonna go across the top of these. So when the third one comes, it's gonna sit right here. The piece of plywood's gonna go along the top because these aren't the most like sturdy, but I mean, it's not gonna be holding that much weight. And the goal is I also ordered some food trays on Amazon. Let me see if I can find a picture of what I mean. So this is not an original idea. Just let me put that out there. That this is something that's been done by Pop's Block Shop and by, I think Ralph was the first one to do it. So they're like, nah, they're trays, they're not bowls. They're gonna come up right away. I went on Amazon and I found the deepest ones, like or longest ones. So they basically look like this. So they're a tray. And then what you do is you tear the edges and you fold them up like a box. So you kind of just flatten the entire thing and then put the edges up on all four sides and tape it. So it's more like of a perfect rectangular square. And then what will happen is they'll slide in, let's just pretend these are the smaller ones. They will just slide and sit in these drawers. And then what that'll act as is pretty much it's gonna be an in-between for between a drawer like this and a drawer like this. You know, this drawer is full, let's say these. Like this drawer is full, it is actually pretty full. But when you dump it in here, it's only gonna take up like a third of the drawer. Like, so it's kind of like an in-between, and it will also let me move a bunch of drawers, so it's gonna open up a bunch of space. I wanna try to get more lots into my store without having to buy a whole bunch more of these, because these are 30 bucks a pop. And with how many I have, you know, these are the most expensive things in my store. This costs me the most money right here. So I kind of want to eliminate that as much as possible. I watch Ralph and Pops all the time, and they did mention it in one of their videos. Ralph did it first, and I think Pop just did it in his most recent video where he's doing something like this. Plywood on top, and then smaller drawers that can fit cardboard trays that will fit these drawers, just so I don't have to keep it. And it's a little bit easier. You can slide them out, and all of them will kind of sit side by side in here. You know, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe you'll have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drawers in this. And then when you go to pull it apart, you know, you can turn this into 8, let's just say 8 medium drawers. So it just makes it a little bit easier for inventory purposes. So that's what I was looking at. I ordered everything. I got the food trays and everything ordered on PayPal. I'm just pulling this Bricklink order, and he ordered 2 used bricks. So I'm just in the middle of this order. I think there's 4 orders. I've noticed for some reason at like 5 or 6 o'clock is when people tend to order stuff. I don't know why. I will not have orders all day, and then 5 o'clock will hit, and I'll get like 5 orders. Like there was none yesterday at like 2:30, 3 o'clock. My girlfriend was over doing stuff when I was at work, and I was like, you know what, go spend time with your family. There's nothing to do at the house. I'm at work. Go spend time with your family. Second she left, like 6 orders popped in. So we were down here last night at like 11 o'clock pulling orders. Not that big of a deal. Like, we got them done. One of them was pretty bad. I think there's one in here that's pretty bad. It's like 1,100 parts, but it's also only like 15 lots. So it's not that bad. But yeah, that's the first clip. I just got this order pulled. Just 4 new pieces and 2 used bricks. And we'll keep on moving. I have the tape measure down here because I measured everything. And I figured out how many I needed across the top. So yeah, we got that going on. I was digging through these minifigures in a live stream a long time ago. And I found this guy who's cracked. I know he's a very rare, expensive minifigure, but he's cracked on both sides. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. Maybe I put him on eBay and someone would buy him for 20 bucks. I don't know. I know how rare and expensive he is, but of course it would be damaged. And I have all these minifigures I still need to go through at some point. I'm sure there's still good stuff in here that I'm just not seeing. That's a cool cloak or something. General Grievous, but he's missing 2 arms because I don't think you can sell them like that. There's an Obi-Wan, but I think I saw him already. Yeah, he's cracked. There's a new series Pterodactyl, Mandalorian. I think this is from the original UCS Y-Wing, so that's probably worth something. Bomb Squad Trooper. I don't think, something doesn't look right on this. Maybe that's correct, I don't know. Something doesn't look right there. There's a Qui-Gon. Is this one cracked too? I can't even tell. No, I don't see a crack, but he's very dusty. And I don't see his beard or his hair, so all this I need to go through. Is this a real minifigure? I know it's real, but is this a... Oof, that is in rough shape. Maybe not, but I'll have to go through this at some point as well. A lot of minifigures to go through. So, I knocked out the big one, 30 lots, 1,300 items. Just a lot of high quantities, 60, 172, 50, 88, 76, 44, 70, 40, 44, 49, 140, 106, and then there was a 168, and then some bunnies. There's a goat here from the collectible minifigure series and a couple new animals.
But that's the big one, and I'll worry about the smaller ones next.
All right, so I got another clip coming through. I just pulled this order. There was a couple that came in last night. I didn't record any, nothing too crazy. Some were some pretty fun, unique pieces. But this one cleared me out of a lot. He got 80 of my yellow bricks, and then he bought all of my 4x4s in gray, dark bluish gray, brown. And then I think this is like 134, 123 lime. Actually, I guess he didn't buy all of my dark bluish gray. He got all but 7 of them. So pretty big order. All the tan ones as well. They're over here. So this is like a $54 order. So nothing too crazy. But I'll get this one shipped out, and then I got one more to pack.
All right, so I think it's been a minute since I recorded a clip. I did just get a new iPhone 17 Pro, so hopefully the camera quality might get a little bit better in these next couple clips. But I did get this set up the way I wanted. I think I was talking about it in the last clip, but basically I added one more of these. So those ones are going to be polybag 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. They're kind of uneven because I made the top ones eBay. I might swap that out at some point, or maybe I'll probably make that top one eBay just to make it easier. So that'll be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I got this piece of board from Home Depot. It was one that I work at Home Depot, so it was on sale. And then I cut it down to the size I needed. I spray painted it white on one side, like a little bit. It's still not fully painted. It got really strong down here. I just used the spray paint, and I had to like open the windows, and it was like -5 degrees outside. So this basement got cold really fast because the paint was really strong. So I didn't open up the room enough when I spray painted. I did also get a big Bricklink order in that I purchased. This section of poly bags is some of the stuff that I got. These 2 were add-ons. They gave me extra. And then I got some of these Lloyds. Just kind of poly bags that they had that I didn't tie daggers. I had these and I sold out of them. Aaron's, and then I got some of these transport sites. I think those are the only ones I got. And then I got a bunch of new parts. So I filled up these drawers with all the new elements that I got. I can kind of go through everything I got. Hot dogs, some of these. I just kind of went for random torsos. Torsos are kind of hard to gauge what's good. That's an Easter one. Easter coming up kind of soon. I got different colors of blades, green. I think these are like bright light blue. I gotta like angle the camera correctly. Some more castle torsos, pirate torsos, ice cream. What torso is this? I don't know, some kind of worker. More pirate torsos, more of these blades just in different colors. Croissants. I got some of these gingerbread skirt pieces. I kind of just looked at stuff that was low priced, but it sells for a good amount in the US. It was an overseas store. I did pay a good amount for shipping, but in the end it was I think I paid for all these parts, I think it was like, I want to say like 4,000 pieces, and like, I gotta look it up actually. I'm gonna find my computer and look up the order. I don't actually know off the top of my head. All right, so here's the order. It was 79 lots, 5,902 items, 1,600 euro, which I think is like, I don't know if it shows on here. I don't want to scroll all the way to the bottom. I think it's like 1,500 US, and then with the shipping and tax, it was around like 1,900. And this turned out to be like a $4,000 part out. So a really good price increase for the parts. I kind of just went for everything. I could go over there and show it all, but this is pretty much it right here. Some of the parts ended up in order, some of them didn't. Oh, and then I also got some of these. Those must have been in there and I missed them. But yeah, just a whole bunch of different stuff. Unfortunately, I wanted more of these candy canes, but they only had 10 in stock. Just different tiles. Some of the stuff was from Build a Minifigure. These pies were $1.40. They only appear in the Krusty Burger, and they're selling on average for $5 right now. So that's really cool. The price will probably go down eventually, but I mean, maybe not, because that's one of them comes in a single set, and then it's going to get to the bottom. So yeah, it's really nice to add 5,000 lots to your store immediately. A really quick upload and a quick turnaround on price. I mean, in this business, time is really important, and it took me like maybe a half hour to put away all the parts. Poly bags got thrown away right away. Here's some of those pieces. I just sold one of these today, these wings, some space armor, these bananas that come in the Peely set. I just kind of went and got something, but yeah, I bought 100 of these pies. So this drawer right now on average is selling, if someone bought all these, they'd pay $500. Obviously, I don't think someone's gonna do that. Some blue lollipops or popsicles. So I was up to there. So I went from here down to here. So I filled like 50 drawers, 45 drawers. So yeah, I like this expansion. This will work great. So what I'm doing is, again, not an idea that I came up with, but an idea that I think Ralph's Bricks did, and then Pop's Block Shock also did it. These food trays they sell on Amazon. Basically, I rip, let me see if I can do this with one hand. I rip the corners off all 4 sides, and then I cut right here and here on all corners to make it a flat square. And then I tape the edges, and you can get 3 here and then 1 here. I already filled some of them with parts, so this is pretty much what it looks like. And if I really wanted to, I could put a piece of cardboard in here and split this up, make it 4 parts. But you can only really fit 4. I tried to do it. There's no other way to get more of them in here. So I moved a bunch of parts. This part back there too. A bunch of parts that were overflowing in drawers, like ones like these. They're getting moved. So this will let me alleviate a whole bunch of space. I mean, 4 per drawer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24 times 4 is, was that 96? So 96 lots. I don't even think there's 96 cups up. So this will easily take everything that's overflowing, get it into here, and I don't have to use big drawers. They don't have to stay in the small drawer, and I also don't have to move them to a shoebox. I kind of want to eliminate shoeboxes at some point. They're not bad, even if you bag up every single part separately, but it is still kind of a pain in the butt to pull orders like that. And this whole area just needs to get cleaned up. Tomorrow's, we did a whole bunch of cleaning upstairs this morning. We did the kitchen, bathroom. My Lego room got cleaned up a lot. I actually boxed up all my collectible minifigure series that I weren't going to display. I had a box of parts spill. I hit my foot on a bin and pieces went everywhere. But yeah, this is the box that the shipment actually came in. But I just have all my minifigure series bagged up. I didn't label all of them. Some of these were already labeled. Like that one, Series 19. This one did not get labeled. This is one of the older ones. I can't remember what series this is. I did a videos on some of them. And then these are just posters I kept. Lego Star Wars posters and stuff. So this stuff will need to get, close that, throw this on top. This stuff will get added to that pile over there of my personal stuff, but this is all garbage that has to get cleaned up. We parted out the rest of the Spider-Man series, and we got the rest of the animal costume ones going down. I also did, where did they end up? I did more of the series. Where did that box go? I cleaned everything and it looked so nice, and now it's already to a mess again. That's just how quickly it happens. Things do not stay clean for long. You just have to stay on top of it. Where's that box of the extra ones? I have no clue where they went. I must be looking, oh, right here, because they're in a different box color. I had more of these sitting. I probably had like 50 more, so I opened some more of them. Mostly I only got Wizards, Goth Girls. I got 2 of these, and I accidentally cut the cape on one of them, so I had to throw it out. And I looked, it's like a $13 cape, which really sucks. I got some of the goddesses, but mostly all the other ones you don't get. I felt all of these are either goddesses or wizards. That's all that's left. I think there's a couple jesters in here, but it's either jesters, wizards, or goddesses. So I'm just going to keep those to the side. I added as many to my store as I wanted because the goddess and the wizard sells out all the time. And I think I paid like $4 or $5 a bag for those on Bricklink. Someone was just selling them. They wanted to get rid of them. I don't think they understood the value of some of the figures in there, because I think the wizard sells for like 14 bucks or something. So yeah, here's one of them. Like this girl too. I guess she also has this piece. Actually, sorry. It's either this, the wizard, or the jester, because this piece is the same as the wizard piece. So I was just feeling for this. If I felt this piece, I set it to the side. I just noticed that's one of them. So the princess, that one also sells pretty good. I got some other ones mixed in, just random ones from the series, but they were mostly either goddesses, wizards, or that princess. So those like goth girls and jesters mixed in as well. A lot of these drawers just got opened. We pull orders and we keep the drawer open, so a lot of it just has to get, a lot of this looks open, but it's actually not. It just needs to get closed back up.
but some drawers are overflowing. So yeah, that's my clip for now. We just had a really good day, or like I guess a good week of sales. I looked and Bricklink only shows 50 orders per page, but the value was there. See if I can go back. So since January 22nd, so like what, 9 days? We did 26, 28 in sales. So $2,600 across a week and a half, a little over a week. That's really good for me. I mean, I know a lot of other stores out there do a lot, but for me that was really good. Today there was, I guess yesterday and today combined, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 orders in the last 2 days. I mean, that's not a lot compared to other people, but for a small store like me, small, I would consider that pretty good. Some of these are not, an order ID is not open because my girlfriend pulled some of these. So yeah, but that's pretty much all I got for this clip, but everything's going pretty good.